last but not least, we have Jim Vincent, the president of the NAACP Rhode Island.
Thank you, and greetings to each and every one of you. You guys are what Martin Luther King described as the drum majors for justice. If there ever was drum majors for justice in Rhode Island, take a look around, because that's who you are. Without you, there would be no consciousness, no reality in terms of the real problems of this state. So thank you for being who you are. Now, I'm here to talk about voting rights. Once upon a time in this country, 54 years ago to be exact, black people couldn't vote in large parts of the country, primarily the South. They had to do things like count jelly beans in a jar. They had to pay poll taxes. They had to have there was literacy tests. All that changed, at least on paper, in 1965 with the Voting Rights Act. But guess what? A funny thing has happened in the last 52 years or 53 years since the Voting Rights Act. People are trying to dismantle that act piece by piece. A big chunk of it was taken out in 2013 with Article 5, which was a preclearance, which said that those states that had blatantly discriminated against people in terms of voting have to go before the Department of Justice before they implement any kind of voter restrictions. So now they can do whatever they want to do, and guess what? 34 states now have strict voter ID. Now guess when all that happened, even before 2013? In 2008. In 2008, there were only 2 states that had voter restrictions. Now there's 34. What happened in 2008 that changed everything?
President Obama.
President Barack Obama was elected. So when they talk about fraud, that's an excuse. There's maybe 1/10 of 1/100% in-person voting fraud in this country. So it's not about that. It's about the fact that this country is changing demographically, and people know it, and they're doing anything they can to restrict your access to vote. Every and anything. It has happened already here in Rhode Island. You know, we fought photo ID 4 or 5 years ago and unfortunately lost that fight. At least for now. At least for now. So I'm here to say that voting is fundamental to change. The people that are not serving you need to go. Okay? And the people that will serve you need to come and take their place. Okay? We can make that happen. One thing that happened last year that was important in this state was automatic voter registration. Now you have automatic voter registration. If you go to the DMV, you automatically register to vote. And that's important because each and every one of us has tried to register people to vote for the causes that are near and dear to our heart. It is tough work, registering people. So that was a tool in the toolkit, automatic voter registration. This year there's another tool, and I want you to take notice because we need you to make sure that those people up in that building understand that we need early voting to pass this year. Early voting. Passing this year. We know that on voting day, that Tuesday in November, oftentimes we cannot get to the poll because of whatever the restriction in our lives. But that doesn't mean that we should not have the right to vote.
That's right.
We should make it easier, not harder. So what we need to do is pass early voting. It's not unique. You see it in 34 other states. In Washington, D.C. Why not Rhode Island? What's wrong with us? We should have it. People know that in the last election, in 2016, the presidential election, 46% of America had already voted before that day. And guess what? The sky didn't fall. So let's have early voting. Let's be aware that there are people that would even restrict votes even more than they are right now. We can't have that. Be vigilant. Be aware. And I'll join you each and every day to make sure that that never happens. Thank you.
Yeah!